Hello, if you've never seen me before, hi, my name is Youkeyy, and if you are a returning subscriber, welcome back. Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. I wanted to show you guys my setup, finally. So, I apologize in advance for the messiness you're about to see. Here's the thing about the Bay Area. Overly priced, okay? You have houses in which rooms are built like cubicles, and these houses are they ask for an arm and a leg and your left kidney. It's ridiculous to be able to pay for these houses. So my room is not large at all. I have my bed in here. I have my dresser, my little storage stuff, my bookcase, and I have my setup in one section of my room. For the past few months, I've been leaving my setup in my room. I basically have to turn my table into a certain position in order for me to film. I always have my camera's tripod up and I always have my light up. And then one of my reflector boards, I have it against the wall near my bed. So my bedroom as of right now is basically always a studio to some degree. I just have to kind of rearrange the furniture around in order for me to be able to film. The reason I wanted to put up this video is to show you guys that don't be fooled by the video quality, the audio quality. You're only seeing such a small frame of a larger picture. And I really want to I'm excited to show you guys this because I think a lot of you will be very, very shocked at the amount of resourcefulness that has been required of me in order to produce the quality of content that I put out. And I'm not saying I have the best content or whatever, or the best quality. I'm just saying that I am very proud of myself for being able to deliver this level of quality to you guys, given the amount of maneuvering and finessing that I've had to do over the 2 years that I've been on YouTube. So let's go ahead and grab my vlog camera and you'll see the whole setup. Again, don't clown me when it comes to the messiness right now. I just got done filming 2 videos today and it's quite messy. There's a whole lot going on. Bear with me. Do not try to come for me. We're family. You don't do that to family. Okay? I'm watching you. We're currently in my room. By the time that you guys see this video, I would have already moved. So this setup is several weeks old. So when you walk into my room, this is what you see. Now this desk is from IKEA and it is on its last nail. So that is why the actual pull-out drawer is caving out or whatever. This desk is done for me. So I have my backdrop posted up with some push pins. These reflector boards, I actually have always wanted reflector boards, but I didn't know where I could purchase them at. But once I saw Thomas Halbert's video initially on his setup, he said that he got his from Home Depot. So I went to Home Depot and I got some. So I have one here hooked up via these clamps. And this stand right here is actually a light stand for my second softbox. These are just foam boards from Home Depot. They're insulation foam boards. I had them cut up and I used this part on this side as a reflector to bounce light back onto me. And then this side, because I don't have the space, this is my closet door right here. And I actually have this resting on the table and just kind of leaning against the door and the wall and using that as my other reflector for the other side. And then this part of the reflector board was actually just an extra piece that I decided to lay on top of the table. This, I don't know, this was my oil and highlighter thing and I took out all the oil and the highlighter wouldn't come out, so I got to throw that away. So disregard. I have all of my makeup here and it's kind of a mess right now because again, I was filming earlier today. So the purpose of these reflectors is to ensure that light is bounced back onto the object in order to cast out any shadows. So you guys won't be able to tell right here, but just this side of my face looks a little less lit, being that the reflector is not there. I moved it over to that side. So when I go to sleep, I push all this stuff back. I push the light and the camera back towards the wall when I'm not filming. And then I move this table and rotate it this way against the edge of the bed there. And that is essentially my life. That is what I do. And in order to keep my equipment nearby, I end up moving this reflector board that's on my right over to my brother's room, just so I because I don't have anywhere else to really put it. I placed this reflector, this foam board on top of the actual table because it just made things a little bit easier for me. And that way I don't have to deal with removing and placing it back on and removing. I just said, you know what, just put it on the table itself and call it a day. So as you can see, the space that I have is incredibly tight. I'm up against my wall right now, and this is the only shot that I can get. So here is my MacBook. I have it connected to the camera, and I use my MacBook as my monitor to be able to see whether or not I'm in focus. And as you can see, my lovely nursing books. Who said nursing school books do not come in handy after nursing school? They sure do. I used them to prop up my computer, and this is an old Hush box that I decided to use as well in order to elevate the computer a little bit more because the stool is pretty low. So as you can see, it is incredibly tight spacing in my room. In this little corner right here, I'm not going to show you the full room because like I said, it's a mess. I'm in the middle of moving and packing, and everything is just kind of all over the place. I just use one light only. This was a softbox that came in a set of 2, and I have it pointing directly over at me. My softboxes are from Fovitech Studio Pro on Amazon. I'll have a link for you down below on everything that is linkable, let me put it that way. And then I've got my camera here. I use the Canon EOS 80D, and I use a 50mm lens, f1.8, but it is the Nifty 50 lens, or Plastic Fantastic as some people like to call it. It is incredibly cost effective and good quality, especially for those of you who want that bokeh effect in your videos or your photos. I use this camera and this lens for both photos and videos. The only downside is that it is a very zoomed in lens. You can't zoom it out any further. You can't zoom it any further. It is a fixed lens. So if you have a very, very tight space, even tighter than this, I'm not sure whether this lens will be to your benefit or not. So back to this softbox, the reason I wanted to really emphasize this is that several months ago, I purchased an LED light bulb, and I switched it out with the bulb that is inside of this softbox, and it has made such a huge difference. I'll link also that LED light down below in the description box. It has made such a huge difference because, as you guys know, incandescent bulbs or regular fluorescent bulbs, whatever the heck you want to call them, the bulbs that come pre-installed into these softboxes, they are very, very heat producing. You will have a whole lot of heat emitting from them, especially if you have on your softbox for a very long time and you're filming for an hour, 2, 3, 4, 5 hours, as I am at times. It's ridiculous the amount of heat that you will get, and everywhere just gets really hot. So switching over to an LED bulb has really made such a huge difference. And this LED bulb in particular was very, very inexpensive. So just a quick tip for any of you out there who are looking into getting a softbox, or you're looking into switching out the light in your softbox in order to get more energy efficiency as well as less heat coming from those bulbs. Here's my microphone. This is a Zoom H4n mic, and I just have it on this tripod here. Now, this microphone was very expensive. I'm not gonna lie, it was around 200 something or 300 something when I purchased it. I will have a link for it down below in the description box. This is the H4n. I believe they released the H6n. I know the H5n was already out, but I think the H6n is also now out as well. I'm not 100% sure. I've got it set up down here, and it's connected down there. That's its power source. I actually didn't even know this had an optional AC adapter that you could get until much later on, because you can use batteries for this as well. I would just put in the batteries and, you know, replace them whenever they would die. And I kept running into this issue where the batteries would die and I wouldn't know because I wasn't always looking over here, and I would be recording and not realizing that my freaking audio was off, because the in-camera audio for a lot of DSLRs suck. So it's best to have external audio if you can. You don't have to get something fancy like this. You can actually use your iPhone. If you have an iPhone or any other type of smartphone, you can get pretty good audio from those as well and sync it up in post. When you guys see me struggling to get in here, it is because I have such a limited amount of space to work with. I want to show you what this looks like from the other side of my room. Here we have the light, the camera, and you can see the stool there, and that's all the space I have. So here is a better view of the limited, very limited amount of space that I'm working with. I don't have any space to, you know, go around and move around freely. I literally have to climb over stuff and maneuver and shimmy my way through. That's why I absolutely hate when I need to, you know, dampen my beauty sponge, because it takes me forever just to be able to get out of this freaking room in this limited amount of space. And that's another thing. I know a lot of you guys have always kind of commended my audio quality, which I appreciate. The main reason my audio quality sounds as soft as it does is because there's so much furniture and so much stuff in here that it cushions the sound. So here is my setup. And yeah, I just wanted to show you guys what this looks like, because I feel like it's so important for me to kind of share my journey with you. Okay, you know what? I think I'm going to switch back over to my regular DSLR camera, because this quality right here is not working for me. So I'll switch over there and I'll finish up this video. So here's my struggle. Hello, how do you do? Here's my struggle in trying to get my reflector board to stay in one place. I kind of just have to try to maneuver it with my hand, and okay. And you see how this part right here is kind of caved in. I tried to cut it myself and it sucked. So I had to put some tape down there in order to kind of cushion it so I don't have a bunch of styrofoam all over the place. My view, hello, Inception. Camera within a camera within a camera. I basically can control everything from here. This is the Canon whatever suit whatever. So from this screen here I can control a whole lot of stuff. My ISO, my aperture. Now I may sound fancy like I know what I'm talking about, but trust me, I don't. I do not know much about cameras and lenses and all that stuff. I'm basically just learning as I go. Before I end this video, I do want to really emphasize the fact that it doesn't matter what kind of equipment you have. You can work your way and finesse your way to good quality with $100 camera, a $200 camera. My only issue is when people begin to really invest in equipment that they do not want to invest time into learning how to use. What is the purpose of buying a $2,000 camera or an $800 camera if you don't know how to use it to its full effectiveness to be able to produce good quality content? I see people who purchase these really expensive cameras and they're like, oh, why is my quality like this? Why is the color like this? Why is that the way it is? You have to be able to invest time to research into why those issues are coming up and be able to fix them. And I know sometimes people come to me because they think I'm so knowledgeable. I'm really not. All I know how to work is my camera, and even then I don't know all the features. I just know enough information for me to be able to get the kind of quality that I want. Mind you, the quality that comes out of my camera is not the quality that you see here on YouTube. I do edit in Final Cut Pro, and not just cutting and trimming clips, but also increasing my color saturation, increasing or decreasing the exposure in order for things to look as realistic as possible. Because the footage that you get straight out of the camera is not going to be appealing to the eye until you finally, finessed it a little bit. And you also need to be careful with that color saturation, because there are people out there whose color saturation in their photos and in their videos is crazy. And I will say I have been there before where my color saturation was way out of line. Okay, so I just want to be able to have photos and videos that look as realistic as possible. I want them to be a close match to how they look, with the human eye. So this is my little makeup station. This is, oh gosh, I can't remember what company this was from. This acrylic organizer. But I literally have, oh gosh, what are we knocking over now? I did kind of declutter this a little bit just recently. I do have more decluttering to do. It's actually ridiculous. Everything is really spilling over. It's crazy. And I've got some palettes here. This is actually not Laura Mercier. This is RCMA palette, RCMA no color powder that I put into the Laura Mercier can. This IKEA drawer opens up, and in here I have more stuff, but this is incredibly disorganized and overflowing, and I cannot wait to declutter and throw a lot of this stuff out. Well, not throw out, but just organize things. I'm going to have a different desk and a different organizational system when it comes to my makeup and the products that I use. So there you have it, folks. And I've got my brushes up here. I actually hate storing brushes out in the open because dust and bacteria and all of that tend to fall on top of them, but I don't have anywhere else to put my brushes, so this is just gonna have to do. And here we've got the mess. I want to be able to show you guys that you don't need to have anything fancy to start. Just start with what you have. I'm a strong advocate for use what you have. I'm a resourceful African, okay? Oh, that was a lot of talking. I hope that this was helpful to a lot of you, and I hope that this also kind of gives you an idea that I am not perfect. My life is not perfect. A lot of the beauty influencers and YouTubers and content creators who you watch, their lives are not perfect. And I hope that this kind of gives you a better idea that not everything you see is as it appears. It's not as it seems all the time. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope to see you in the next video, Lord willing. Stay blessed. Bye. Hello, if you've never seen me before. Oh my God, this girl. Studio.
Hello, everyone.
You sound incredibly enthusiastic. Wow.
Hello, everyone. It's me. Hello, it's... No, wait. What's your intro again? Hi, if you've never... Hi, if you've never... Hi, if you've never seen me before... Wait, no. If you've never seen me before, hi, my name is Youkeyy. And if you are a returning subscriber, welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back.
Somebody please come get my little sister. Thank you.